Good day, Professor Jean C. De La Torre, and today I will discuss all about the management tools to become well-rounded in the future. And these tools are very crucial to for the development and for the success of one's business. And it helps managers understand how their current application of these tools and subsequent results compare with those of other organizations across industries around the globe. And this also provide information managers need to identify, select, implement, and integrate the optimal tools to improve their company's performance. The overall satisfaction with tools is moderately positive, but the rates of usage, ease of implementation, effectiveness, strengths, and weaknesses vary widely. The first tool is the balance scorecard. A balance scorecard defines an organization performance and measures whether management is achieving desired results. The balance scorecard translates mission and vision statements into a comprehensive set of objectives and performance measures that can be quantified and appraised. These measures typically include the following categories of performance: the financial performance, the customer value performance, the internal business process performance, the innovation performance, employee performance, and to have the best practices in the future. This balance scorecard is a useful tool to navigate the business and to become the business successful in the days to come. The next one is the benchmarking. Benchmarking improves performance by identifying and applying best demonstrated practices to operations and sales. Managers compare the performance of their products or processes externally with those of competitors and in best class companies, and internally with other operations that perform similar activities in their own firms. The objective of benchmarking is to find example of superior performance and understand the process and practices driving the performance. Companies then improve their performance by tailoring and incorporating these best practices into their own operation, not by imitating but by innovating. Benchmarking involves the following steps. 1. Select a product or service or process to benchmark. The 2. Identify the key performance metrics. 3. Choose companies or internal areas to benchmark. 4. Collect data on performance and practices. 5. Analyze the data and identify opportunities for improvement. And lastly, it adopts and implements the best practices, setting reasonable goals and ensuring company-wide acceptance. These tools of this benchmarking improve the performance of a company or organization. It understands also the relative cost position. It gain it gain strategic advantage. It increase the rate of organizational learning. The next one is the big data analytics. The big data analytics enables the rapid extraction, transformation, loading, search, analysis, and sharing of massive data sets by analyzing a large integrated real-time database rather than smaller independent batch process datasets. Big data analytics seeks to quickly identify previously unseen correlation and patterns to improve decision making. Although it is related to traditional database management and business intelligence systems, big data analytics dramatically increases the ability to process data in four major ways. The number one is the volume, which moves beyond terabytes and petabytes to exabytes. The second one is the velocity, enables real-time insights and action. The third is the variety, it analyzes everything from click stream data to video streams. And lastly, the variability, which manages changes in data formats and information fields. The results help managers better measure and manage the most critical functions of their businesses. Um, this this big data analytics helps to the improve internal processes such as risk management, customer relationship management, supply chain logistics or web content optimization, improve existing products and services, develop new product and service offerings, better target their offerings to their customers. And lastly, it transform the overall business model to capitalize on real-time information and feedback. And the next one is the business process reengineering. Business process reengineering, it involves the radical redesign of core business processes to achieve dramatic improvements in productivity, cycle times, and quality. In business process reengineering, companies start with a blank sheet of paper and rethink existing processes to deliver more value to customers. They typically adopt a new value system that places increased emphasis on customers' needs. Companies reduce organizational layers and eliminate unproductive activities into two key areas. The first is the redesign organization into cross-functional teams. The second one is they use technology to improve data dissemination and decision making. Companies use business process reengineering to improve performance substantially on key processes that affect customers by reducing cost and cycle times. Business process reengineering reduces cost and cycle times by um, eliminating unproductive activities and the employees who perform who perform them. Reorganization by teams decreases the need for management layers, accelerates information flows, and eliminates the errors and rework caused by multiple handoffs. The second common uses of reengineering is that improving quality. The business process reengineering improves quality by reducing the fragmentation of work and establishing clear ownership of processes. Workers gain responsibility for their output and can measure their performance based on the prompt feedback. The next tool is the wait. This is The change management programs. Change management programs enables companies to control the installation of new processes to improve the realization of business benefits. These programs involve devising change initiatives, generating organizational buy in, implementing the initiative as seamlessly as possible, and generating a repeatable model for ensuring continued success in future change efforts. A change management program allows leaders to help people succeed, showing where and when trouble is likely to occur, and laying out a strategy for mitigating risk and monitoring progress. These change management programs focuses more on results and overcome barriers to change, repeatedly communicate simple, powerful messages to employees, ensuring the sponsorship throughout the organization, and reorganize around decision making, and lastly, the continuously monitoring of the progress. The common uses of this tool is that companies use change management program to implement major strategic initiatives to adapt to changes in markets, customer preferences, technologies, or the competition's strategic plans. Align and focus an organization when going through a major turnaround. And lastly, it implements new process initiatives. And the next one is the complexity reduction. Complexity reduction helps companies simplify their strategy, organization, products, processes, and information technology. Reduction in any of these areas opens up opportunities for simplification in others. And wildly, complexity often results from business expansions or bureaucracies that unnecessarily complicate a company's operating model, leading to sluggish growth, higher cost, and poor returns. Complexity reduction finds finds inflection points where products or services meet the customer needs at the lower cost by streamlining product lines. For example, um, companies uh, companies may be able to simplify organization structures and decision making to serve their core customers better while also reducing demands on business processes and information systems. Um, this tool helps the companies typically use complexity reduction to identify and strengthen core capabilities, to build the business around the customer's needs, create a disciplined approach to releasing new products or services and trimming those that customers no longer value, design an organizational structure to support critical decision, maximize process efficiency, and lastly, align information systems with business objectives. The next crucial tool to economy, company, or organization is the core competency. A core competency is a deep proficiency that enables a company to deliver a unique value to customers. It embodies an organization's collective learning, particularly of how to coordinate diverse production skills and integrate multiple technologies. Such a core competency creates sustainable competitive advantage for a company and helps it branch into a wide variety of related markets. Core competencies also contribute substantially. to the benefits of a company products offer customers. The litmus test for a core competency. It's hard for competitors to copy or procure. Understanding core competencies allow companies to invest in the strengths that differentiate them and set strategies that unify the entire or the whole organization. Furthermore, these core competencies capture capture the collective learning in an organization. They can be used to one one design competitive positions and strategies that capitalize on corporate strengths. It unify the company across business units and functional units and improve the transfer of knowledge and skills among them. Help employees understand management priorities, integrate the use of technology in carrying out business processes, decide where to allocate resources, and um, make outsourcing the investment and partnering decisions, widen the domain in which the company innovates, and spawn new products and services, invent new markets, and quickly enter emerging markets, enhance the image, and build customer loyalty. The next is that the customer the customer relationship management. This is the very very important tool in a business. Customer relationship management, or CRM, is a process companies use to understand their customers group and respond quickly and at the times instantly to shifting customers' desires. CRM, or customer relationship management, um, it allows firms to collect and manage large amounts of customer data and then carry out strategies based on the information. This customer relationship management help companies by gather market research on customers, generate more reliable sales forecast, coordinate information quickly between sales and customers supports representative, increasing their effectiveness. Enable sales representatives to see the financial impact of different product configuration before they before they set prices, accurately gauge the return in individual promotional programs and the effect of integrated marketing activities, and redirect spending accordingly. The feed data on customer preferences and problems to product designers. Increase sales by systematically identifying and managing sales leads. Improve customer retention. This is the most important one. And design effective customer service programs. The next tool to be discussed is the customer customer segmentation. Customer segmentation is the subdivision of a market into discrete customers groups that share similar characteristics. Customer segmentation can be a powerful means to identify unmet customers' needs. The common uses of this tool is that companies can use customer segmentation to prioritize new product development efforts, develop customized marketing programs, choose specific product features, establish appropriate service options, design an optimal distribution strategy, and determine appropriate product pricing. The next tool is the decision of right tools in a company or an organization. Decision right tools help companies to organize their decision making and execution by setting clear roles and accountabilities, and by giving all those involved a sense of ownership of decisions, when to provide input, who should follow through, and what is beyond their scope. Clear decision rights allow companies to cut through the complexity, often clouding today's global structure, by ensuring that critical decisions are made promptly and well and result in effective actions. The common uses of the decision right tools, it allows companies to eliminate decision bottlenecks, make higher quality decisions, make faster decisions, resulting in faster operational performance, create a healthy debate on critical decisions, have agility and flexity in decision making and execution to respond to dynamic circumstances, provide a common vocabulary to discuss decisions in a constructive manner across units. The next tool is the digital transformation. This is the one of the most important tool in a company or organization. Digital transformation integrate digital technologies into an organization's strategy or operations, focusing the entire organization on opportunities to merge the best of both digital and physical worlds. Digital transformations examine each link in the customer experience chain, explore new technology links that can bolster the base business and weave them into less holistic systems that create superior customer experiences. The process aims to profoundly extend competitive advantage and accelerate profitable growth. The most common uses of the digital transformation is the new product and service development, marketing personalization to help customers discover and evaluate company offerings, the product and service customizations, the purchasing processes, supply chain and fulfillment networks, purchasing processes, supply chain and fulfillment networks, provide usage and service models, return and upgrade processes, product review and feedback systems. The next the next tool to be discussed is this disruptive innovation labs. Disruptive innovation labs foster disruptive innovations. High risk, high return breakthroughs that often start at the bottom of a market but eventually displace established competitors. Companies often set up separate facilities for this purpose, since it is difficult to pursue disruptive innovation within core operations. The most common uses of these tools is that research also shows that disruptive innovation labs benefit from soft integration methods such as social integration of senior team, job rotations, collaborative planning, shared knowledge, networks, and cross-functional teams and task forces. These methods help to focus the lab efforts on real world problems, They also reduce conflict, leverage existing assets and economies of scale, and encourage adoption and deployment of breakthroughs. And this this common uses deployed into three situations. The first is the when companies face new forms of competition that are stealing market share or reducing profitability. The second is when traditional innovation methods are failing to deliver required results. And third, or lastly, when management senses that the organization is growing complacent and needs concrete examples of bold innovations to raise its vision and transform the culture. The next the next crucial tool is that employee engagement surveys. Employment engagement surveys measure whether employees are fully involved or enthusiastic about their work and company. Intellectually and emotionally engaged employees help to create satisfied, more loyal customers and improve business performance. Employee engagement survey gauge the degree of employees' attachment to their jobs, colleagues, and organization, helping to determine their willingness to go beyond the basic parameters of their jobs. They can also be used to understand what factors have the greatest impact on engaging employees and to predict employee retention. Employee engagement surveys are closely linked to customer engagement and are measured in similar ways. These tools are also the are also crucial in a company or organization. The common uses of this is that companies use employee engagement surveys to develop more productive, satisfied, and motivated employees by instilling a sense of purpose and autonomy, as well as strong affiliation with the company and its offerings. Create an emotionally safe environment with the right tools to perform work for fair compensation. Understand what investments will have the greatest impact on employee engagement. Cultivate more satisfied and loyal customers by improving employee engagement and overall business performance. Increase workforce retention, reducing the cost of turnover and training. The next useful tool is the mergers and acquisitions. Over the past decades, mergers and acquisitions have reached unprecedented levels as companies use corporate financing strategies to maximize shareholder value and create a competitive advantage. Acquisitions occur when a larger company takes over a smaller one. A merger typically involves two relative equals joining forces and creating a new company. Most mergers and acquisitions are friendly, but a hostile takeover occurs when the acquirer bypasses the board of the targeted company and purchases a majority of the company's stock on the open market. A merger is considered a success if it is increases shareholder value faster than if the companies had remained separate because the corporate takeovers and mergers can reduce competition. They are heavily regulated, offering requiring government approval. To increase the chances of a deal success, acquirers need to perform rigorous due diligence. A review of the targeted company's asset and performance history before the purchase to verify the company's standalone value and unmask problems that could jeopardize the outcomes. Mergers are used to increase shareholder value in the following ways. It reduces cost by combining departments and operations and trimming the workforce. The second is increase revenue by absorbing a major competitor and winning more market share. The third, cross-sell products or services. The fourth, create tax savings when a profitable company buys a money loser. Lastly, it diversify diversify to stabilize earning result and boost investors' confidence. The next tool is the mission and vision statements. A mission statement defines the company's business, its objective, and its approach to reach those objectives. A vision statement describes the desired future position of the company. Elements of mission, statements are often combined to provide a statement of the company's purposes, goals, and values. Mission and vision statements are commonly used to internally. The first is the guide management thinking on strategic issues, especially during times of significant change. Second, it helps define performance standards. The third, inspire employees to work more productively by providing focus and common goals. And fourth, it guides employees' decision making. And lastly, it helps establish a framework for ethical behavior. And the externally common uses of this tool is that it enlists external support. And second, it creates closer linkages and better communication with customers and suppliers and alliance partners. Lastly, it serves as a public relations tool. The next tool is the organizational time management. Organizational time management views time as a scarce resource that must be invested as effectively as financial resources. Companies that track organizational can measure not just the amount of time that managers spend on various tasks, but with whom they spend time and even their level of engagement during meetings. By bringing the same discipline to time budgets that they apply to capital budgets, companies can curb time pressure on executives, lower costs, and boost productivity. These companies use organizational time management to number one to measure employee time usage, two eliminate unproductive meetings, three reduce dysfunctional behaviors like parallel processing and double booking, and lastly free up executives time for value creation. The next tool is outsourcing. This is also an important tool in developing a business. When outsourcing, a company uses third parties to perform non core business activities. Contracting third parties enables a company to focus its efforts on its core competencies. Third parties that specialize in an activity are likely to be lower cost and more effective given their focus and scale. Through outsourcing, a company can access the state of the art in all of its business activities without having to master each one internally. Companies use outsourcing to number one, reduce operating costs, two, instill operational discipline, three, increase manufacturing productivity and flexibility, fourth, leverage the expertise and innovation of specialized firms, and lastly, encourage use of best demonstrated practices for internal activities. The next crucial tool in an organization or company is the price optimization models. Price optimization models are mathematical programs that calculate how demand varies at different price levels, then combine the data with information on cost and inventory levels to recommend prices that will improve profits. The modeling allows companies to use pricing as a powerful profit lever, which often is underdeveloped. Price optimization models can be used to tailor pricing for customer segments by simulating how targeted customers will respond to price changes with data-driven scenarios. Given the complexity of pricing thousands of items in highly dynamic market conditions, modeling results and insights help to forecast demand, develop pricing and promotion strategies, control inventory levels, and improve customer satisfaction. The price optimization models help businesses determine initial pricing, pricing, promotional pricing, and markdown or discount pricing. The first one, the initial price optimization works well for the companies with a stable base of life cycle products. The grocery stores, drug change, office supplies, stores, and commodities manufacturers. Second one is the promotional price optimization helps set temporary prices to spur sales of items with a long life cycles, newly introduced products bundled together in special promotion and loss leaders. Lastly, markdown optimization help businesses selling short life cycle products subject to fashion trends and seasonality, airlines, hotels, specialty retailers, and mass merchants. The next crucial tool is the satisfaction and loyalty management. Loyalty management tool grow a business revenues and profits by improving retention among its customers, employees, and investors. Loyalty programs measure and track the loyalty of those groups, diagnose the root causes of defection among them, and develop ways not only to boost their allegiance, but also to develop ways not only to boost their allegiance. It helps um, advocates for the company. Satisfaction and loyalty management quantifiably links financial results to changes in retention rates, maintaining that even small shifts in retention can yield significant changes in a company profit performance and growth. Well executed satisfaction and loyalty management programs enable companies to: one, it build lasting relationship with customers who contribute the most to profitability and capture a larger share of their business. It generates sales growth by increasing referrals from customers and employees. Attract and retain employees whose skills and knowledge and relationship are essential to superior performance. Improve improve productivity and decrease recruitment and training costs. Strategically align the interests and energies of employees, customers, suppliers, and investors in a self-reinforcing cycle. Improve the long-term financial performance and shareholder value. The next tool is the scenario and contingency planning. Scenario planning allows executives to explore and prepare for several alternative futures. It examines the outcomes a company might expect under a variety of operating strategies and economic conditions. Contingency planning assess what effects sudden market changes or business disruption might have on a company and devises strategies to deal with them. This scenario and contingency planning are also a useful or a component tool in a business. By using scenario and contingency planning, a company can achieve a higher degree of organizational learning, raise and challenge both implicit and widely held beliefs and assumptions about the business and its strategic direction, identify key levers that can influence the company's future course, turn long-range planning into a vital, shared experience, develop a clear view of the future, incorporate globalization and change management into strategic analysis. The next tool is the strategic alliances. Strategic alliances are agreements among firms in which each commits resources to achieve a common set of objectives. Companies may form strategic alliances with a wide variety of players: the customers, the suppliers, competitors, the universities or divisions of government. Through strategic alliances, companies can improve competitive positioning, gain entry to new markets, supplement critical skills, and share the risk or cost of major development projects. Strategic alliances are formed to: 1. Reduce cost through economies of scale or increased knowledge. The second one is to increase access to new technology. The third one, inhibit competitors. The fourth is to enter new markets. The fifth is to reduce cycle time. And the sixth, improve research and development efforts. And lastly, to improve the quality of the organization or the company. The next tool is the strategic planning. Strategic planning is a comprehensive process for determining what a business should become and how it can best achieve the goal. It appraises the full potential of a business and explicitly links the business's objectives to the actions and resources required to achieve them. Strategic planning offers a systematic process to ask and answer the most critical questions confronting a management team, especially a large, irrevocable resource commitment decisions. Strategic planning processes are often implemented to: 1. Change the direction and performance of a business. Second, encourage fact-based discussions of politically sensitive issues. 3. Create a common framework for decision-making in the organization. Fourth, set a proper context for budget decisions and performance evaluation. The fifth, that train managers to develop better information to make better decisions. And lastly, to increase confidence in the business directions. The next important tool to a organization or company is that the supply chain management. Supply chain management synchronizes the efforts of all parties: the suppliers, manufacturers, distributors, dealers, customers, and so on. involved in meeting a customer's needs. The approach often relies on technology to enable seamless exchanges of information, goods, and services across organizational boundaries. It forges much closer relationships among all links in the value chain in order to deliver the right products to the right places at the right time for the right costs. The goal is to establish such strong bonds of communication and trust among all parties that they can effectively function as one unit, fully aligned to streamline best business processes and achieve total customer satisfaction. This tool is to recognize the value leaking out of the supply chain, but that only limited improvement can be achieved by any single company. Managers turn to supply chain management to help them deliver products and services faster, better, and less expensively. Supply chain management capitalizes on many trends that have changed worldwide business practices, including just in time or the JIT, inventories, electronic data interchange or ED, outsourcing of non-core activities, supplier consolidation and globalization. Then the next tool is the total quality management. Total quality management or TQM is a systematic approach to quality improvement that marries product and service specification to customer performance. TQM then aims to produce these specifications with zero defects. This creates a virtuous cycle of continuous improvement that boosts production, customer satisfaction, and profits. The total quality management improves profitability by focusing on quality improvement and addressing associated challenges within an organization. TQM can be used to. The number one is to increase the productivity. Number two, lower scrap and rework costs. Number three, improve product reliability. Number four, decrease time to market cycles. Five, decrease customer service problems. And lastly, increase competitive advantage. The next tool is the zero-based budgeting. Zero-based budgeting is a broad, reaching cost of transformation effort that takes a blank sheet of paper approach to resource planning. It differs from traditional budgeting processes by examining all expenses for each new period, not just incremental expenditures in obvious areas. Zero-based budgeting forces managers to scrutinize all spending and requires justifying every expense item that should be kept. It allows companies to radically redesign their cost structures and boost competitiveness. Zero-based budgeting analyzes which activities should be performed, at what levels and frequency, and examines how they could be better performed, potentially through streamlining, standardization, outsourcing, offshoring, or automation. The process is helpful for aligning resource allocation with process strategic goals, although it can be time consuming and difficult to quantify the returns on some expenditures such as basic research. Zero-based budgeting is used to The first, confront conventional thinking and resource allocation by challenging every line item and assumption, including the most sacred of cows. Second, the second one, it helps organizations that are overly complex due to mergers or acquisitions. The third is to fund key strategic imperatives while removing large non-value adding costs. The fourth is align resources with the mission of the function and enterprise. And lastly is to justify proposed activities and resources. And I know and that ends my presentation. Thank you and have a good day.